What's the one thing you would change about policing? Welcome to another episode of Car to Car. I'm Ramon.
And hi, I'm Dana. And today I have a question for Ramon. And the question is, what is the one thing you would change about policing?
The one thing I would change about policing. First
One
of
thing.
all, I think I need to be asking you some questions sometime.
Okay, well, ask me that question.
Okay. What's the one thing you would change about policing?
The one thing I would change about policing is the ability to fire bad officers. I think it's sometimes too hard with arbitration and certain things for them to be terminated completely and not come back. But I feel once that you have exhausted all the remedies, all of the due process, all of the internal affairs, and it all leads to the officer being found guilty, the chief should have the ability to terminate that officer, especially ones that have done some egregious things, lying under oath, um, egregious excessive uses of forces, um, multiple uh, bad uh, things. I think they should be able to be terminated and not arbitration, not bring them back on some technicality.
I agree with you 100%, but let me tell you, we are completely in two different directions on this one.
Well, I mean,
But
that's my one thing I would change.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of the things, but that's
I agree. I agree. I mean, we have a lot of bad apples that need to be gone. And the other part I'll add to that is I wish that we can in fact have that list that does not allow them to get hired by another police department. Because if you're bad here, you're going to be bad there, especially depending on what you got dismissed for. If it's a DUI or if it's abuse or whatever. Like those negative things, your certification needs to be taken, and you
I
shouldn't
agree.
be able to get hired anywhere else.
Yeah, and if you're on a Brady's list, that's the list where officers have lied under oath and they're not eligible to testify because they're not credible. What's the purpose of you being in law enforcement? I think it's definitely termination time.
Well, we have some of those at our police department right now. But mine is empathy, and I think empathy inside the police department and outside the police department. I think as officers, we don't give each other enough empathy for what we go through. Supervisors, I don't think. Um, some of them do, but not all of them do a good job of once situations happen that we're able to um, understand and communicate our understanding to junior officers or to um, our subordinates, and you see that that has a direct correlation with how they continue to treat people. And so I think chain down, we have to do a better job of showing empathy towards each other, because if not us, who understands what we go through more than each other? And especially at the same police department, you really need to you understand it even more. I mean, law enforcement is a community, but each individual department is different as well. So I think empathy in the department needs to go a lot further, and we have to be empathetic towards the community. I don't think as police officers we do a well enough job of understanding why uh, some communities don't like the police. And so we have to understand that and understand that if we go to certain calls, some people are going to want to be fussing and aggravated first. And so we have to let that play out because of the history that the police department has had with different communities, especially the black and brown communities. And so we have to be empathetic to those situations. And I think if we can bring back empathy in the police department, and I'm sure to a good extent we do a decent job, and we have community police and the things of that nature. But when that empathy is lost because of trust and transparency, you know, all of the good work we did goes.
I agree, and I pray that in this environment where it's a shifting to more from, it seems to be a shifting from guardian to warrior, back to warrior. I hope that people um, would hear your cry of empathy to maintain empathy because because it builds trust in the community.
It does. It really does.
And once you lose trust, you know, that could lead to chaos.
Well, I mean, crazy enough, it seems like both of ours went together, even though it seemed like it was two different spectrums. You know, yours was bad police officers, mine was empathy. So, okay, that's all I got.
Well, that's all I have. And there's another episode of Car to Car Podcast. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And let us know what you would like to change, that one thing you would like to change in policing. Until next time.
Yeah.